What's going on, Jerome's? Yeah. It was a fantastic season. It definitely crash landed Game 5. Sort of is what it is. But the future is bright because maybe got a little carried away with the Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan comparisons. But remember, when Michael Jordan was 22 years young, just like Anthony Edwards is now, Jordan was getting his ass swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. So just give this Wolves team some time. Right? Ant is young. Cat is young. Youngish. Jay McDaniels is young. Nas Reed is young too. So let's give him time. Just hurts because it felt like, especially in the first 3 games, the Wolves easily could have won any or all of those 3. And great opportunity, but they definitely need to work on situational late game basketball, and experience is the greatest teacher. I mean, there's only so much you can do in practice. And the Wolves got a ton of playoff experience this year, and they'll carry them forward. So future is extremely bright for the basketball Vikings. So pretty excited. Also excited. So the Adam Thielen Foundation softball game still going on. CJ Ham leading it. Also, I didn't know that CJ's scholarship fund was called the Ham Fam. That's great. That is fantastic, man. But charity softball game went down at CHS Field for St. Paul Saints. So JJ McCarthy out there hitting dongs. Also met up with Tommy Kramer. 9 meeting 9. It's good times, man. Also, like JJ McCarthy, I'm sure JJ McCarthy was a great like prep baseball player, right? I'm sure that he was. Probably, I don't know, I'd say third base, great arm, probably hit for power too, because we knew he was a hockey guy, right? But also I feel like he was a baseball guy too. Yeah, like that's a natural swing. Like he looks like a right-handed Ken Griffey Jr. Looks great, man. Love to see that. And also, speaking of JJ, so JJ allegedly going to be at mandatory minicamp. Vikes fan page put this together. There's a belief that Justin Jefferson will be in attendance in next week's mandatory minicamp. Darren Doogie Wolfson mentioned on Score North. Jefferson followed the same route last season, skipping voluntary OTAs or returning during mandatory minicamp, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, so it's a blueprint, carbon copy rather, of what he did last year, skipping voluntary OTAs, which, you know, since he's on his rookie deal, he doesn't have a workout bonus, so he's not forfeiting any money. Show up to mandatory minicamp so he doesn't get fined, and also show up for training camp, which he did. All right, so I think there's gonna be no muss, no fuss, and hell, I mean, especially since Florida's come around, I was like, oh, maybe the Justin Jefferson contract will be next week. Maybe they'll announce it at mandatory minicamp. And Kwesi had talked about giving Jefferson his own month to celebrate his new contract, and June is a beautiful month. So it's my birthday month too, and I find it, I don't know, this might just be old, crotchety old man, but when people celebrate their birthday month, I don't know, what are you, 5? I don't know, man. But I understand people do their own thing. I don't know, man. But like I said, it's my birthday month, please. I was born on a day. It's nothing to celebrate. This is when all my problems started. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Jefferson showing for minicamp in June. Good times. Speaking of receivers, Jordan Addison putting in that work, man. Per Alec Lewis of The Athletic, a Vikings wide receiver, Jordan Addison simply looks different than the other wide receivers because of the way he hinges off routes and glides across the field. Addison looks to have taken another step in his development. Quote, without Justin Jefferson present, second-year pro Jordan Addison is manning most of the X-receiver snaps. He simply looks different than the rest of the wideouts in the way he hinges off routes and glides across the field. Just said that. The Vikings will need him to step up if tight end TJ Hawkinson misses time early, and Addison looks ready to do so. And Addison, fantastic as a rookie, especially, this doesn't get enough love and attention. Like, Addison operated with 4 separate quarterbacks and also without Justin Jefferson for 7 games, right? And that does matter because Addison, you know, can be a wide receiver 1 on a team, but him as a wide receiver 2 is unfair. All right, so as JJ takes up multiple defenders and the tier 1 parts of coverage, I mean, Addison can just operate and just get after it. Also, this is fantastic too. So Ronaldo Addison Jr., very active on the Twitter machine. He's a great follow as well. He quote tweeted this. He's been working all off season. I can't wait for fans to see how hard he's been working this off season 100. And yeah, Addison has posted on the gram, putting in that work on the field as well as in the weight room. Looks like he's added some good weight as well. And plus, I love Ronaldo, where he's like the opposite of LeVar Ball. Like he's very involved in his son's lives. Addison's got a younger brother too, who's going to be a baller as well. But it's just great to see him. I love dads being involved in kids' lives, and especially so. My middle son Rocco really getting into soccer, really into swimming. So it's like, watch out, hey, midfielder Rocco, playing the other football. Also, like my youngest son Ezra, like he's very much into things. Well, into everything, right? And so you can tell there's like a 2.5 year age gap, but you can already tell that they're going to be thick as thieves. They're going to be true bros. They're going to be BFFs. It's awesome, man. It's really fantastic. Love to see that, because I was worried, like, you ever like a sibling that you just hate? Like, that sibling is a douchebag, and they just never get along, and they never have a relationship. That's my worry. But my kids, all three of my kids seem to get along pretty good. I hear they're nice. Also nice is, so Thursday was an off day for Vikings OTAs, but they were at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill, and heavy on the bar and grill part. So not only is Keenan McCardle a Tier 1 wide receiver coach, Jordan Addison gave him his plaudits at Addison's presser this week too, and also McCardle should be a future play calling offensive coordinator, and also McCardle should be a future head coach. Also, he can cut that meat. So Vikings look like they had a little cookout going on at TCO on Thursday, the day off, and it looks like they're making just a whole mess of tacos, right? So flour tortillas, no judgment, so if you talk to like a true blue like Mexican, like they will tell you it's all corn tortillas, flour's for the gringos, but it's sort of like the ketchup on hot dog things, like. You do you, man. Come on, man. Looks like we got some peppers and tomatoes going on, and it looks like McCardle's slicing up some skirt, which is great. So beautiful, medium rare. Got a nice little char on the outside. Looks like he is slicing against the grain, so props to McCardle. Like, Keenan McCardle can do everything. I love it, man. Fantastic. And yes, are those lemons? What the hell's going on here? What the hell of white person tacos is going on? I don't know, man. But like I said, McCardle, we are so lucky to have a number of coaches on this team. So Keenan McCardle, I think, should be a future head coach. Brian Flores, obviously, Chris Cooper, I think, is a stud. I think that he's a great offensive line coach, and I love what he's doing. I know that Pettin gets criticism, except Pettin's a great resource for Kevin O'Connell, as well as Coach Hatt, Matt Daniels on special teams, fantastic too. Like also McCown. Like the Vikings literally do have a legit brain trust amongst all of the coaching staff, so it's great to see. Also, cut that meat. Woo, that's right, man. Speaking of cutting, I have no transition. Anyways, Jalen Waddle got paid. So $28.25 million per year. So now Tyreek and Waddle are inked up. They're respectively the third and fourth highest paid receivers in the game by average per season. The current top two are A.J. Brown and Amon St. Brown. Now, obviously, Justin Jefferson's going to eclipse that. But, I mean, looking down the line, I mean, Jefferson's going to get paid. Addison's going to get paid. And that's something you can do when J.J. McCarthy is on his rookie deal. So that's what the Dolphins are doing now, since Tua is technically on his rookie deal. Tua's looking to get paid too, but I don't know how you can have, because Tyreek's looking for a new contract too. So I don't know how you can have Tyreek and Waddle getting paid, and then also pay Tua like $52 million a year on top of that. Just seems a little bit top heavy. And also, what's crazy is like the Dolphins want to run the ball. Like Mike McDaniel is a run game coordinator at heart. He wants to run the freaking football. It's crazy, man. Also crazy. So the Bears will be on Hard Knocks training camp this year. So you get to see Ryan Poles, the genius, as well as Matt Eberflus at Kia Toilet, as well as how they're going to ruin Caleb Williams. So Should be fun. I mean, DJ Moore is really interesting too. I like it. So also Jalen Johnson is a fantastic interview. He's a quote machine. But so the Bears, don't tell anyone. I've always kind of liked the Bears, right? But still screw them right in the face, obviously. But I feel like it goes back to the '85 Bears, just like the mystique of that Buddy Ryan defense, Ditka, Hurricane Ditka, all that stuff. But no, screw them. That's all. Also screw them. So new NFL kickoff rule is going to be in effect. There's going to be a lot more returns this year, and there's going to be some strategic changes. And I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how special teams coordinators attack this thing. But one way by Dave Toub, who's one of the best special teams coordinators in the league, is really interesting. Ari Marriott, My Sports Update. The Chiefs have considered not using Harrison Butker for all kickoffs and instead using a player like safety Justin Reid. Now, Justin Reid kicked in high school. He's intermittently kicked field goals and extra points when players have been injured. So it's something nice to have. Also, are they just like benching Butker now? I feel like the Chiefs have a lot more problems than just Harrison Butker, but no. Special teams coordinator Dave Toub said that the new kickoff rule has kickers more involved in tackles, and they don't want that for Butker. The full answer is worth a listen, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, who would kick for the Vikings? I know that Jefferson has had like insane punts before, but obviously you don't want him. Like I feel like this is something that like Jay Ward would do. Like, how's Jay Ward's foot? Like, I feel like he could kick. Maybe Theo Jackson could kick. I feel like he could do a lot of things. Or hell, Josh Metellus would be the guy to kick. Except I mean, Josh Metellus is a starter. Do you want him out there? So, I don't know. But like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see how teams adjust to the new rule. And I think that there's going to be a competitive advantage there for teams that figure it out quicker than others. I think the Vikings and Coach Hat have a great opportunity here. Lastly, so Vikings fan page put this together. Vikings 7th-round pick, defensive lineman Levi Drake Rodriguez is continuing his early routine in the NFL. According to Alec Lewis, Levi arrives at the facility in the early pitch-black hours of the morning before the staff arrives and is a ball of energy once he enters the building. Minnesota's D-line coach Marcus Dixon has said this about Levi, quote, "He is going to be awesome. I think the future is bright for him." And Levi Drake Rodriguez, 7th-round pick, Texas A&M Commerce, small school, whirling dervish dude, undersized, unappreciated, super productive, tore things up at the NFLPA Bowl, and I think that he's going to be a fan favorite very quickly. Like, he's going to be such an easy guy to root for, and plus I think that he's going to back it up. I think, you know, the way that Kwesi and company, they put in the work, they scouted his ass, they targeted him in the 7th round, and I think that he is going to bring the heart and hustle to this team, and Senior Sack is just going to get after it. I love it, man. I love it. But that's it. That's it. Again, Wolves, thank you for a wonderful season. I wish it ended differently. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.